From the crossroads of entertainment and culture to the stories that move the streets and shake the box office. This is Blues Nightly News, the world of movies, music, comics, and culture, the way it really is.
Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? How my mic sound? How y'all doing? What's good? House gang, house gang, house gang. Welcome to another episode, Blues Nightly News. We live, man. We live. Nightly breakdown of Hollywood chaos where I like to filter the rumors, the denials, the paychecks, the money, so you don't have to. What's good? How y'all doing? How everybody kicking it, man? How we live? Q in the building. What up, Q? Rain in the building. What up? What up? What up? It's all face. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Because I do think it's a good thing to have a vertical stream. You know what I mean? But it's not so close up as it was. Like yesterday, it was close. So I'm figuring some things out. We're gonna get right, man. We're gonna fix it. So y'all bear with me. We're gonna fix it, man. But you know what I'm saying? If you watch, you can always switch over to the other stream too. Always switch over to the other stream. He said it's all face. But yeah, man, yeah. Tonight, we got some Spider-Man gossip. Tobey Maguire, you know what I'm saying? Uh the $1 billion media bid, Warner Brothers, Saudi, Paramount, this whole fiasco situation is going on. And then we're gonna run them pockets over there with Superman. What did it really make? Because it's just been crazy. The rumors been going on, especially with what's I don't know if it's because of the bid, you know what I'm saying, or if it's because of something else. I don't know what the reasoning behind what was Superman's profitability. You know what I'm saying? I think this has been the only movie where we've been dealing with the profitability for this long. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. But yeah. How are y'all doing, man? If you watching, please give me that thumbs up. Hit me with that like, man. Hit me with a share, and things of that nature. But I'm glad y'all kicking it with me. I'm glad the house gang is in the building. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's talk a little bit about this Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire, the GOAT, as they say. The GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Why is it not doing it? Oh, I know why. Okay, I get it. I get it now. But yeah, the GOAT. The GOAT, Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire. Word is he might be coming back for Avengers Doomsday. That's what they saying he might be back for Avengers Doomsday. That'd be huge if it's true, right? Could be another because with how I'm looking at Avengers Doomsday is it's all gimmicks. Big back sad. What up? What up? What up? How you doing, man? How you doing? Yes, I appreciate the sub, man. I appreciate the sub. Please do. Please do. Aubrey Davis. Hey, how you doing, Aubrey? What up? What up? What up? But yeah, how I'm looking at Doomsday is it's one big gimmick, right? It's one big gimmick. So they got to figure out who they can put in to just make a draw because they already got so many actors and actresses in this film. They already got buku. I mean, shit is just crazy how many people they got already attached to this film, right? So to me, why not? Let's just gimmick this whole thing out. We might as well go gimmick after gimmick after gimmick. So yeah, this would be huge. This would be huge. Let's do that. Let's add the OG Tobey Maguire Spider-Man to the fray. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you can't hurt nothing. At this point, you cannot hurt nothing. At least that's what I believe. Can't hurt nothing. You know? So, like I said, it's a rumor. Maybe he's coming, maybe he's not. Let's get into this article. Superhero hype. Salute to them. Um, should I already have it up. Why did I not have it up? So something else I don't have up neither. But yeah, let's get into this article. It don't even show me over there. That is wow. Let me do this. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I gotta figure out what's going on with the vertical, but we gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work, man. Superhero hype says Tobey Maguire's Avengers Doomsday Return gets a huge rumor. A new rumor about the future of the Avengers franchise has sparked widespread discussion online. The claim centers on a possible Spider-Man appearance in the upcoming crossover Avengers Doomsday, raising questions about how this version of the character may factor into the larger multiverse story. So the thing is, I'm not the reason why I'm not opposed to this is because we don't know if Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man is gonna show up, right? We don't know that. It's rumors he's not. We don't know. We really because I don't think he got a chair, right? If y'all could let me know, did he get a chair during that 5 hour or that day long chair gate situation that Marvel did? I can't remember because I really didn't watch that. I thought it was like stupid and bogus. But y'all let me know. Did he get a chair? Did Tom Holland get a chair? Y'all let me know in the chat. But it says insider Daniel Rickman reported that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man will be Avengers Doomsday, reigniting speculation about whether Tom Holland's Peter Parker will appear in the crossover. See, so I'm guessing Tom Holland is nowhere to be found when it comes to being in Doomsday. He didn't get a chair, right? What'd you say, Q? Q say you can still hurt the hurt. You can't hurt the dead. Are we saying Doomsday is dead? uh, in my Q, you've been following me, bro. You know, I think Doomsday will make money. I don't think it's gonna be a good movie. I think it's gonna be all over the place. Um, and that's just how I feel because I just don't see, and I hope that I'm wrong. I don't see the connectivity. I don't see a story, a well thought out story. I just think this is just cannon fodder and spectacle. At the end of the day, that's what I believe it is. That's what I believe it is. Say sources reported conflicting early claims about Holland's inclusion because Peter Parker's post No Way Home status quo reset his storyline. The multiversal spell erased his identity from public memory, which could explain why he may not join the initial fight against Doctor Doom. Yeah, that explains it too. He had the whole spell thing. Rickman reported last month that Holland won't be part of Avengers Doomsday, though later reports mentioned planned spring 2026 reshoots. No, they got to do their reshoots. Got to do that reshoot. Another set of reports showcased September 2025 fan sighting of Maguire in London, where Doomsday was filmed before wrapping. Observers suggested that Maguire's Peter Parker returned to his universe at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, making Doomsday his second MCU appearance if confirmed. Now, with them playing with the multiverse, you know what I'm saying, and what they want to do with Doomsday, it would be easy for them to show, for uh um um not Tom, but Toby to show up. Right? It'd be easy for Tobey Maguire to show up because this whole Doom multiverse situation, which they still haven't, like I said, I'm still not sold on that story, but it is what it is. They playing fast and loose with the multiverse. They got to see it through now. So, hey, what can I tell you? Additional online discussion increased after alleged leaks surfaced showing a bloodied Maguire wearing a version of his classic suit in front of a blue screen backdrop. Marvel has not commented on any of the circulated material. The renewed rumor follows earlier statements about the studio incorporating multiversal characters, including returning Fox era X-Men. Maguire previously discussed his No Way Home return in 2023, saying, "When they called initially, I was like, finally. I just feel grateful. I was really open immediately about coming to do this." He added, "Working with Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland was so dear to me. It was really uh special. I want look, my Spider-Man, other than the OG, is Andrew Garfield. To me, Andrew Garfield was him. He really bodied that for me. You know what I'm saying? The Spider-Man that I grew up reading, the Spider-Man that I grew up watching as a cartoon, I really think that Andrew Garfield really, really pulled that off. Um, Tom Holland, not saying he's not Spider-Man, he's the MCU Spider-Man, or whatever you want to say. But he's not my Andrew Garfield is my Spider-Man. I just think he was a better Spider-Man for me. Andre Marquez says, I like and sub. Okay, I appreciate it. Appreciate the like, appreciate the sub. Please keep liking, keep subbing. I appreciate it. So Avengers Doomsday will arrive in theaters December 18th, 2026, so they say, and Secret Wars will follow December 17th, 2027. So a year apart for each films. You know what I'm saying? But notice how we're not mentioning. Wow, chill. Don't come in here with that, man. Why would we be mentioning Miles? Why? I mean, unless you're being, are you trying to play coy with me? Because Miles is Miles. He's not Spider-Man. And I know I can get in, you know what I'm saying? I can go back and forth with the people in the chat saying, no, Miles is not Spider-Man. I need everybody to look at me. Miles is not Spider-Man. Miles is Miles. That's what he is. And he's a dope character. And I'm glad that they're pushing him the way they push him. But Miles Morales is Miles Morales. He's not Spider-Man. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That's the reason why we're not mentioning Miles. Chill. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Q said Garfield is in my suit Spider-Man. Is my in-suit Spider-Man. And Tobey is my Peter Parker. You like Tobey's Peter? Well, okay, Tobey. I thought you meant Tom. I'll go, okay, I don't mind Tobey's Peter Parker. But yeah, Garfield is, yeah, I'm with you on that. I could follow suit with that. I rock with that. Chill said agreed. Okay, I just making sure we on the same. Ain't no need to mention Miles, man. He ain't Peter Parker. He's not Spider-Man. But no, this is like I said, Doomsday. Just go get them all. Go get every character that has made any kind of money for Marvel that had a TV show, and throw them in this. Go get David Hasselhoff to be the new Nick Fury, or Nick Fury from another universe. Go get the Generation X TV show. Y'all remember that? Y'all old enough to remember that? Go get all of them from the Generation X TV show. Throw them in there. Mutant X, the TV show, was a TV series called Mutant X that Marvel ended up suing them, and I think they bought the licenses from them. Go get them, throw them in. You know what I'm saying? Just do all that for Doomsday. Bring Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. back. Bring Cloak and Dagger. I think they need to bring Cloak and Dagger back anyway. Bring the Runaways back. Just go through all of it. Inhumans, go through all of it. Throw everything, including the kitchen sink at this movie. Because that's really all y'all got. The story don't really add up. Excuse me. It's all over the place. The multiverse is a failed experiment. But hey, you got to see it through, right? So see it through and throw every, because that's what y'all want to do anyway. Throw every character you can at it. We bring Ultron back anyway. Bring Ultron back. Bring all the villains back. Bring all the villains. Malekith, bring him back. Bring Crossbones back. Bring them all back. Bring them all back for Doomsday. Who cares? At this point, who cares? Right? Who cares? T'Challa, bring him back. Shuri, throw everybody in it. I don't care. Optimus Prime could show up for all I care. Megatron and Optimus Prime could show up. Conan the Barbarian, Terminator. Who cares? Because that's all this is anyway. All this is a big money grab, big spectacle piece, and the movie probably gonna end up being shit anyway. That's how I feel. Feige. It ain't even cool to even really talk bad about Feige no more. It's not. I think that for me, it's ran its course. Right here today, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know. I done got to the point where it just don't even matter no more. So I'm not even gonna speak ill on Feige. He want rope. I'm gonna just keep handing him the rope. Here go the rope, man. Here you go. Let me know when you need to pull it, to tighten it up. Tell me where you want me to tie it off at. But as long as he need that rope, I'm gonna keep handling it to him, because it is what it is, man. Salute. Avengers Doomsday on the way. Avengers Doomsday on the way. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I ain't got it. I ain't got it, man. I just ah, it's aggravating. I think it's more so what it is, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, it's just aggravating. And it's actually kind of just a part of the cycle, but yeah, it's aggravating. It is aggravating. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the chat if y'all rock with it or not. Where's my stuff at? That is not what I want. Go back. Yeah. All right. Next up, what we got next, man? What we got next? What y'all want to talk about next? Let's get into the WB situation. Let's get into these Saudis. Let's get into the Saudis. Get into the Saudis, man. I don't know what's going on. This is an ongoing situation with the Saudis and everything like that. Who's buying who? Paramount, Warner Brothers, Netflix jumped into the fold. I want to say Universal was in talks at one point in time. Like, who ain't in talks? I don't know if Warner Brothers is initially going to sell. I see them keep upping the price, up the price, up the price. I don't know. I do not know, man. I don't know, but it's corporate. You know, it's the same rigmarole. It's corporate drama. Fox did the same thing when Disney was buying them. The price, I think, right now is at like 73, 74 billion. 74 billion. Gee. But just a report that's saying Paramount Skydance is trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery with the multi-billion-dollar consortium backed by the Arab sovereign wealth funds, right? You know, so that's like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, or I'm sorry, Qatar, and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But rumor has it they've come out and say, "Hey, that ain't true. That is not true. Y'all hold y'all horses. That is not true." They're saying that it's categorically inaccurate. That's some CFO level type shade, or you know what I'm saying, uh, uh, gaslighting to me. You know what I'm saying? This feels like, I don't know, just to see it. That's just CFO talk. I don't know if we believe it or not. Should we believe it? Who knows? But let's get into the article because I want to know. I'm actually intrigued more so about this than I was back when they first started announcing the sale. You know what I'm saying? So this is Paramount Skydance denies that its Warner Brothers Discovery bid involves Arab sovereign wealth funds. Paramount has denied a Variety report that the company was forming an investment consortium with sovereign wealth funds of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi to submit a bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. And it's kind of weird to me um, that David Ellison, Larry Ellison, who is his pops, would even run to Qatar and Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi and all of them due to their political views when it comes to Israel. That's, you know what I'm saying? As I look at that, that's which makes me even look at what they're saying about it being categorically incorrect. I want to, you know what I'm saying, agree with them because you know, I don't want to throw no accusations around. So from my understanding, and this is just all hearsay, there's no truth in it. You know what I'm saying? But they are more backed by Israel than anything else. So why would they be in cahoots with Saudi and Qatar and all of them? I don't know. I don't know. But They're saying, like I said, they say it's inaccurate. A rep from Paramount Skydance said that the statement, this is a confidential process, which we respect, and as such will not be committing until the process is over. Variety, citing anonymous sources, previously reported that Ellison's family, which owns 100% voter control in Paramount Skydance, was putting together a 71 billion bid in conjunction with funds from three Arab countries: uh, Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, the Qatar Investment Authority, and the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. The board of Warner Brothers Discovery has set a November 20th deadline for the initial bids from interested acquirers, which also include Comcast and Netflix. The board of Warner Brothers Discovery had previously rejected a $23.50 share from offer from David Ellison. Meanwhile, the Comcast co-CEO Brian Roberts traveled to Saudi Arabia in late October to attend a conference with Rahadith, hosted by the PIF. Variety has confirmed. See, I thought more so when I was hearing about it that it was Comcast, not that it was Paramount that was teaming up with Qatar and Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi. But I thought more so that because I heard the Comcast story, right? Comcast Universe. That's who I heard was in talks with the those Arab nations to help put together something to buy Warner Brothers. Not David Ellison and Larry Ellison and that whole Ellison family who now owns Paramount. Tell you the truth, I would rather Comcast have it than Paramount. I'd rather Comcast have it than Paramount. That's just me. That is just me. Andre Ware's in the building. What up, Brody? What up, cuz? Says meanwhile, he said he visited Qadiyah, where the country is building a theme park destination to scope out the area for a possible universal park in the area, but it's not known whether Roberts solicited investment backing from the Saudis for a Warner Brothers bid by Comcast. Reps from Warner Brothers Discovery and Comcast declined to comment. Now, like I said, I think that look, if I'm going over there and we talking money, I'm not only going to talk to you about one deal, right? If I'm Brian Roberts, I'm not going over there to just talk about a theme park. Hey man, we trying to buy Warner Brothers. Y'all want in? You know what I'm saying? I'm not just if we about to do business with a theme park, why would I not bring you more business or see if you want to be involved in more business? Especially if it's going to help me not foot the bill, you know what I'm saying, as much as the bill. That's who I think is making a play with the Saudis. I think or the Saudis or the Arab countries could be playing both sides. They could be hedging their bets. Not a bad business move. So whoever gets the bid is who we're gonna rock with. Could be one of them situations. Whoever Warner Brothers choose, y'all got our back. If Warner Brothers chooses Paramount, Skydance, what up? We rocking. If they choose Comcast, Universal, what up? We rocking. So I don't know. It's a wild situation. It's a wild situation. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, I would rather Comcast have it than Netflix or Paramount. I just think they'll do better by it than any of the other companies. Plus, it would keep the competition. I think it would keep the competition there. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all want who would y'all like to see um buying and having Paramount and the playground that is over there? Y'all let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this thing moving. Let's keep it grooving. Next up. What we got next? Let's get to this Superman and the prophets that are Soups. Let's get into this Soups prophets. On my face situation. Let me see. I'm gonna get that right sooner or later. I'm gonna get it right sooner or later. Q still say that's all face, my G, all face. It's all right. It's all right. Let's get into the Soups. Superman added to the stage. Superman's that is not it. That's the wrong one. My bad, my bad. Let me hold on. Wrong situation. They playing with your boy. Wrong situation. Hold on. What is today? Yeah, why did it open up? That's the weirdest thing. That's weird. That's weird. All right, I think I got it. Here we go. Here we go. So it says the latest report about how much Superman earned confirms what we all suspected. The latest reports about Superman's earnings underline the result for DCU's first film that seemed perhaps inevitable, even if just the first few days of the movie's release. The DCU timeline found itself kicking off a complicated time for the superhero genre, but its results have been largely positive thus far, with the franchise's first movie and first two shows having both seen promising reviews. Now, the reason I bring this up, the reason I talk about this is because we've been going back and forth about how much money this movie has made. It's got to the point to where it's kind of like draining. And the only reason I think we keep talking about this movie and how much profitability it has or does not have is because of the Warner Brothers sale. With the Warner Brothers sale, we might get into a loud minority out there who's making a lot of ruckus right now is saying that we have this Warner Brothers sale, they get rid of Jimmy Gunn and they bring in Zack Snyder. And I'm like, to do what? To do what? The same thing that James Gunn is doing? You know what I'm saying? Different styles, but it seems like what's going on. I don't know. I want to say the outcome is the same, but I don't know. Jimmy Gunn seems to be doing uh the same, if not a better job. That's just what it seems like. Says, of course, releasing two television shows and one movie during this time can be seen to have put a little more pressure on Superman, as it meant Superman's earnings would have even been more important when it comes to understanding what the DCU's path forward will look like. Several months after Superman's release and theatrical run, though, it seems we can rest easy knowing Superman was the right choice in terms of what the movie, the franchise, should release first. Now, we can, you know what I'm saying, we can talk about what James Gunn should be releasing, whether he should get ready to do a Batman film, if he needs to put together a Justice League, yada yada yada. We could talk about that. And I think those would be good topics to discuss, good topics to talk about. But and I always say this, I'm gonna keep saying this. The grace has to be there when it comes to James Gunn. Or it should be there when it comes to James Gunn. Allow him the time to at least get a couple of chapters of his story out before we just say, oh, what's going on over there? Because I personally think he's got a good thing going on story-wise. Y'all might not like his selections of movies or TV shows or whatever, but I think the overall story of what he's putting together, I think is pretty dope. Pretty dope. Yeah, Q, I saw that. Says apparently Saudis want Zach to have a rival to Doomsday. I saw that. I think that's dumb. I think that is dumb as it. The reason Zach failed the first time was chasing Marvel. Quit chasing Marvel. Right? Like, stop doing. If the Saudis is saying, hey, and why would the Saudis want Zach anyway? That's one thing I don't understand. Cool, whatever. They go get Zach. Let's do it. Let's rival Doomsday. With what? With what? Y'all don't have no foundation, no story, no nothing. Oh, you talk about the Snyderverse? Let's go get Ben back. Let's go. So now you got to go get all these actors back to put something together. Y'all think it's that easy? Jason Momoa don't want to come back as Aquaman? Ain't nobody really fuck with Ezra Miller like that. I don't know if Ben Affleck want to come back as Batman. He'd have been same thing with Henry Cavill. Do those two people even want to come back? So yeah, you go get Zach. Now it's not just because I think the Snyder writers is what I call them. They think, okay, we got Zach, but that don't mean you got the Justice League back. And I know money talks, but schedules also conflict too. It ain't that, to me, it's not that easy. I don't see it being that easy. They act like, oh, Zach, as soon as the sale happens, we go get Zach. It's contracts still. You don't just fire James Gunn. You got to pay James Gunn out. You got to pay Peter Safran out. Or, because Zach would just be a talent, you keep James Gunn and you keep Peter Safran on because they are the co-CEOs. They don't necessarily, Peter Safran don't, you know what I'm saying? He's just a producer. Jimmy Gunn, he don't have to direct. So yeah, you bring Zach back, but James Gunn could end up still being there. Now Zach is beholden to James Gunn because James Gunn is Zach's boss. So it's not that easy, is what I'm trying to say. I rock with Zach. I think Zach did a dope job. You know what I'm saying, with what he did. I think he did a dope job. You know what I'm saying? Then he had a tragedy in his family, and he didn't get a chance to finish the Justice League. Right? They brought Josh Whedon in. Salute to Josh Whedon, but he couldn't do what Zach, you know what I'm saying? Though it was two different styles. But you cannot chase Marvel. If the Saudis are trying to go get Zach to chase Marvel, that is a bad idea. Bad idea. Bad. Say the news reports on how much Superman made shows the movie was the start the DCU needed. A Forbes report on Superman, what it results mean for DC and the DC universe itself, noted the film will have generated significantly more than 100 million in profits and approaching 150 million globally when all said and done this year. So that's a plus. Even though Forbes came out with some of the weirdest stuff with an article earlier, it wasn't necessarily a Forbes article. It was them piggybacking off another article, which they should not do because it kind of diminishes their credibility. You know what I'm saying? But I guess they're coming back and trying to correct some things. You know what I'm saying? Since this stands to reason, as Superman's worldwide box office alone made 616 million on a reported budget of 225 million. All statistics as per the numbers, though, is it worth noting that this budget doesn't appear to factor in a range of other expenses, such as marketing costs, which would explain the Forbes findings, and not simply looking at the movie's box office minus its budgets. One of the most frequently discussed metrics to see if a movie broke even or proved profitable is to see if it made around 2.5 times its budget, as this roughly estimates whether the film will be able to account for other costs in its box office alone, which Superman certainly does, having made around 2.7 times its budget in this regard. So it seems that Superman is making its money, or has made its money, right? And there would be in my eyes, if I'm Paramount, if I'm Universal, if I'm Netflix, and I buy Warner Brothers, I don't just swoop in, get rid of James Gunn, and hire Zack Snyder. Not when James Gunn has proven himself to be profitable, and he's proven himself to have a pretty big fan base that gets butts and seats. So why would I do that? Seem like he's doing a good job, because now I do have to replace him. I do have to buy out his contract. Zach, I now have to sign Zach or whoever's going to run up DC. That's another thing. They might. What if they fire Jimmy Gunn and then they don't even bring Zach back? They hire somebody else, some rando off the street you ain't never heard of. Then what? Let's see, I'll see y'all in the chat talking. Say Zach is already currently working with them on a UFC film or something. Who working with the Saudis? I mean, okay. But that's for, what I'm saying, for a UFC film, I could see him doing that. The thing is, for the Saudis to get Zach and bring him back to do DC material is silly to me. He doesn't have the best track record, or he has that, excuse me. He hasn't had the best track record of late. Zack Snyder, this is kind of like the argument I was having about the Russos. I want to say that was last Thursday when I was on with Planet Fanatics and all of them, the Pantheon. Like, the Russos, right? Once they left Marvel, they didn't do too good. They didn't do too good. Now, will they come back and flourish under Marvel's umbrella? Is yet to be seen. I don't necessarily think so. I don't know as well. Their track record with Marvel is good, but their track record by themselves is bad. Now, did they bring the stench of working solo back with them over to Marvel? I don't know. Same can be said about Zach. Zach did good when he was with Warner Brothers. Once he left the Warner Brothers umbrella and went on his own, not so much. Because that Rebel Moon shit was horrible. That Rebel Moon stuff was bad, bad, bad. And then to do a director's cut just to make it longer, like, are you trying to torture me? Is that what you're doing? Is this the torture chamber over here, Zach? Why are you doing that, man? Crazy thing about it is, the Snyder writers, his fans, didn't follow him over there to Netflix. They didn't. He went over there, stunk up the joint. Nobody watched it. So it wasn't really there for Zach. Nah, they wasn't really there. So Zach got unceremoniously booted, all because his daughter. Yeah, that situation I thought was bad. You know what I'm saying? And that was a different Warner Brothers CEO as well. That was a different Warner Brothers CEO. They got Zaslav over there, doing what he does. Salute to Zaslav, because Zaslav has turned Warner Brothers around after they was like, what is Zaslav doing? He cutting all this. Zaslav has turned Warner Brothers around. So I can't do nothing but salute him and his tutelage and leadership over there. You know what I'm saying? Hunter Iggy 2762 says, why don't they have James Gunn DCU as the main timeline and keep Zack Snyder as Elseworlds projects? I'm not mad if they did that. I'm not mad at that, right? If they want to bring Zack Snyder over and do Elseworlds projects, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Like I said, the issue with bringing Zack back is you want him to come back with the actors that he was previously working with. You want Henry Cavill back, right? Because it's not just Zack coming back. And I think that's what I'm getting at. People, I don't think, are understanding that. It's not just Zack. Oh, bring Zack back. And like Zack got all the other actors in his book bag and they coming with him as luggage or something. It's not that. Henry Cavill ain't just showing up. Ben Affleck just ain't showing up. Gal Gadot just ain't showing up. Ezra Miller just ain't showing up. Jason Momoa just ain't showing up. So it's way more complicated than that. Way more complicated. Remember, Ray Fisher had issues on the set. Is he showing up? I don't know. Gal Gadot came out and said some stuff. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't the easiest of things just to put together. Maybe Zach comes back and maybe he can get one actor to come back. Maybe he get Ben Affleck come back. Look, Ben Affleck is my Batman, so I would be hella down if that happens. But then what if we bring him back and bring Jared Leto? Do we want to see Jared Leto as Joker? Now, I didn't mind Jared Leto as Joker, but the world spoke and said they didn't want to see Jared Leto as Joker. It's just not as easy as what y'all think. That's all I'm saying. Just not as easy. It's just not gonna come that simple and easy. Just not. Says, given Superman also appears to be a movie that has legs in terms of merchandise, the film having generated between 150 million certainly seems par for the course, and the result for the bows promising for the DCU going forward, both by having significantly better looking financial results than the final films in the DCEU, as this allows the first film in the DCU to start things off on the right note, both critically and commercially. Excuse me. And this right here is, to me, is even more important. Superman's earnings are even more impressive compared to the rest of 2025's superhero movies. That statement alone is impressive because you took down the mighty Marvel. Your first movie, James Gunn, you took down Marvel. Every CEO, even the Saudis, got to be like, hold on, James Gunn did what? They want to chase Doomsday. This might be the guy we need to keep to chase Doomsday. Because if they want to, Doomsday is just a whole bunch of cameos. When you think about it, Doomsday is just a bunch of cameos. I don't know if Doomsday got substance, but I do know who is good at putting together ensembles and cameo films. Jimmy Gunn. He does it all the time. All the time he does that. That's like his thing. Q said, Blue, that was not Zach's fault. DC saw what Marvel was doing, and after the success of Nolan's Batman trilogy, they tasked Nolan with Zack Snyder to form. No, I didn't say it was Zach's fault. I'm not blaming Zach for Warner Brothers to chase Marvel. That's, like I said, Zach is just talent. Zach is showing up and doing what he's supposed to do. Zach shows up. They tell him to shoot, direct, write, or whatever. He's talent. He's talent. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Zach was the one who was chasing Marvel. Now, I do think that they looked over to the left or over to the right, whichever direction where Disney was, and saw what Marvel was doing and said, okay, we like that. Let's take some of the, some elements of what Marvel has going. But I think they fast tracked the Justice League stuff. I think they should have concentrated more on solo films. Batman never got a solo film. They went right into BVS, which is kind of, I guess, like a pseudo Batman film, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Junior's in the building. What up, Junior? It's DC Russell team up movie. Zach had his Justice League films planned. No, like I said, I agree. I'm a Zack Snyder fan. Don't think I'm not a Zack Snyder fan. Don't think I'm not a Zack Snyder fan. Hope I'm not coming off like that. But I'm not going to glaze him the way that I see others glaze. I hate using that word, but it's in, I guess. But yeah, I'm not gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Zack Snyder, be like, oh, he the best thing since sliced bread. He did a good job. He did his job. He didn't get rewarded for it. It happens like that. Will he get a second chance? I don't know. I don't know. It's yet to be seen. But I don't think he should get a second chance at the behest of James Gunn. I don't think you fired James Gunn just to bring Zack Snyder in. Just don't think you do that. Ray had issues with Josh. Come on. No, I'm just saying Ray had issues on the set. I'm not saying who it was with. I'm just saying, does Ray want to come back into that situation? I know he had issues with Josh. Does he want to come back into that situation? Is all I'm saying. Does he want to show up, be Cyborg again? Does he want to go through all of that? I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Zach not posting the pics for nothing. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, and I said the same thing too. I don't know if he's trying to put his bid in. Hey, look, man, I I'm Zach. This is what I can do. Yada yada yada. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. What is Zach? Is Zach working on something? Because if you're working on something, why are you worrying about posting a picture of Batman? Why are you worrying about posting a picture of Deathstroke or Superman or whatever? He ain't posted. I ain't seen no Wonder Woman picture yet. At least to my knowledge, I haven't. Blue, the Snyder writers are say when Saudis buy WB, say goodbye to James Gunn, DCU, and what is Zack Snyder versions does not hit when he returns and does not beat it. But I'm glad you said that, Hunter, because that's one of the things that you'll be facing. The Snyder writers are loud. I give them that. They are loud. But how many Zack Snyder coming back does not necessarily mean it's going to equate to butts and seats. It's just not. I have a proven director and executive right now handling business. Why would I fire him just to hire Zach, whose time might be up when it comes to doing the superhero stuff? Zach might still be able to go out and direct good, but his time might be up. The way he shoots Superman, Batman, they might not want to see a Superman Batman hybrid because that's what Henry Cavill Superman was. Now, after they just saw the Boy Scout, the big, you know what I'm saying, Big Blue, does the audience want to regress and go back to the brooding, mad Superman? Is that what you want? Or is that what they want, I should say? I don't know. I'm going to lean more so, no, they don't. I'm going to lean more so towards, no, they don't want to see the Batman Superman hybrid. They don't. Like I say, him coming back and finish doing the Batman versus Slade movie. Oh my, hey, let's get that going. Let's get that. This, you know what would be my compromise? This would be my compromise. Because I don't know if James Gunn wants to touch Batman, right? I don't know if he wants to touch Batman. He might be having an issue. I think it's some business things, decisions, and talks that are going on when it comes to Batman. Now, what if James Gunn say, hey, I want you to run the Batman side? I got the Superman side of things. You run the Batman side of things. Now, I think that would be the move. I think that would be the move. For the DCU, Zach, come on over, run the Batman side of things. See if you can get Ben Affleck. If you can't get Ben Affleck back, let's find a comparable Batman that I like and you like that can come in and fit in the world that I've built with Superman and Peacemaker and things of that nature. I think that would be dope as hell. Matter of fact, I might start putting that out in the ethos. Jimmy Gunn, holla at Zach. Let's get this Batman film going. Jim, go over to Zach. Go see Z. Let's get this Batman side of things going. And I know I forgot who's supposed to be attached to the Brave and the Bold. Who is it? He just had a movie come out too. I can't think of his name right now. Well, I can't think of his name. Either way, it's too. Whatever the Batman situation is, I think is what's really holding Gunn back from really going in, and that's why Clayface, Sergeant Rock. I think it's because he can't do Batman right now. They're not letting him do Batman. Matt Reeves is still the darling for Batman. They got to let him finish. But I think Pattinson. Let me get it. I don't know about it. Pattinson. Q says I agree with that. Batfleck should have gotten his own movie, but again, that was DC. Yep. I'm just saying I'm not a Snyderist, but I feel like he got a raw deal, and I don't like the injustice. Just seems like you're less open-minded and being negative than. Nah, man, nah. Hold on, Q. Hold on, Q. I think you're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying when it comes to, because a lot of people is looking at this like it's just easy. Let's just bring Zach back. Like the money is going, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of dominoes gotta fall. Dominoes gotta fall. It's not just James, you're out, Zach. It's, you know what I'm saying? This ain't wrestling. It ain't just tag in. Like I said, it's contracts. People gonna have to come if whoever buys Warner Brothers got to look at Peter Safran and James Gunn's contract and see if it makes sense to buy them out of their contract, or does it make sense to say, hey, y'all finish y'all contract out. Let's see what else y'all got up y'all sleeves as y'all are finishing y'all contract out. Give them a make it or break it moment. Because you basically will be on the hook for 2 directors, 2 CEOs or whatever when you do that. That's all I'm saying. And they have a fiduciary duty to make the best financial decisions for their shareholders. I personally think that would be a bad decision to make. That's just like, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, right? Brian Dable, who was the Giant, who used to be the offensive coordinator for Buffalo Bills, he left and went and got a head coaching job with the Giants. Giants fired him, and everybody was like, "Oh, let's go get Dable back. Let's get Dable back. Let's get Brian." You can't do that. For one thing, he still has a contract with the Giants, because when you get fired, they still have to honor your contract. So he can't just come back over to Buffalo and be like, "Hey guys, I'm ready to work." Might be a non-compete. I don't know. But let's say that happens. They would be on the hook for 2 offensive coordinators. And they will be getting paid twice. That's what I look at when it comes to the James Gunn and Zack Snyder situation. Like when they say bring Zack Snyder. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all this. When y'all say bring Zack Snyder back, in what capacity are you talking bringing him back? You talking bringing him back just to direct the film? Cool. Him coming back as talent, I ain't got no issue with that. That's simple. Hey man, you want to direct the film? By all means, who do you want to direct? You got anything in mind that you want to do? But to get rid of James Gunn to bring Zack Snyder back would be stupid. This would be stupid. So Snyder never got to finish the arc. We've always gotten Big Blue. Zack was going to give us Big Blue from the depths of darkness. I mean, look, he did not get to finish his arc, but we still didn't get Big Blue from Zack Snyder. I get you, but we didn't get it. And I don't think that was his thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, what I do know is, did Henry Cavill work with who did Immortals? Was that wasn't Henry Cavill who did Immortals? I mean, that wasn't Zack Snyder who did Immortals, right? I look this up real quick. That was a dope movie too. Who did that film? Because it was shot like it was Zack Snyder, but I don't think that was Zack Snyder who did that. Because it reminded me of like 300. Tarsim Singh. I see. What has he done since that? Immortals was dope. I liked Immortals. Oh, he did The Sale? Okay. He got some stuff underneath his belt. I fuck with it. Okay, Tarsim. Okay. Andy Muschietti, that's who it is. And Marvel Lock, what up? So like we get it. If it don't happen, it don't happen. But it's like you're squashing the dream. Just let the dream fade away. Like I'm not squat. Look, man, I'm not one thing I'm not pessimistic, but I am a realist. You know what I'm saying? And I just try to, I don't want to squash if that's the dream on, brother. Dream on. But as the realist in me, the logical thinker in me is just not a logical move. That's it. Just not a logical move. So short time, but I got platonic love. Sometimes you pay Nah, man. Hey, look, like I said, I'm just trying to keep it real as possible. I just try to keep it real as possible. I try to shoot, you know what I'm saying? Try to be a straight shooter, man. Uh, yeah, that's it. Just try to be a straight shooter. And if I'm wrong, call me on it. If Zack Snyder show up and he put out $1 billion film, Superman movie or something like that, called Blue, we told you, bro, and I'll be right there. You're right. You right. Y'all said he was coming back, and he came back and he did work. Ain't nothing I can say. I'm a show improved guy, man. I'm a show improved guy. Facts. Can't argue against facts. You know what I'm saying? It's real hard to argue against facts. So, like I said, if Zach show up, or if this deal happens and they run and scoop up Zach, I apologize. I come back and say that I'm wrong. I will admit that I'm wrong or was wrong. Hunter says Blue, the Snyder Bros, they don't want comic book feel. They only want dark, greedy and brooding Superman. I don't, you know what? I don't disagree with you. But I just don't, the Snyder Bros don't know what they want. I think they just want to see Zack Snyder back at Warner Brothers just because. Because my thing is, and I think I've said this before, to me, if they really wanted to bring Zack back, when Zack did his director's cut of Justice League, right? And everybody, oh, it's the best thing, and it was dope. It was dope. I enjoyed it. After that, everything that was a DCEU movie, y'all should have went to go see it. Y'all should have went to go see it so y'all can keep Zack's vision alive. So when it was time to bring, let's say it was, Warner Brothers could then be like, okay, maybe we messed up with Zach. Maybe we need to bring him back to finish his story. Nobody showed up for Birds of Prey. Nobody showed up for Wonder Woman 85 or whatever it was called. Nobody showed up for Blue Beetle, Shazam, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2. Nobody showed up for them. And to me, that shows that y'all don't really want to see Zach flourish and shine. Because if y'all would have been, if the movement was strategic, you would have showed up for all of those films. Because that was still in his universe. That was still, you know what I'm saying, the fingerprints of what he had put out. Y'all would have still showed up for that. But you didn't. So to me, you let Zach down. You let him down. Now y'all, oh, Zack Snyder, bring him back. Y'all don't want Zach back. He could have been back. Birds of Prey was good. Well, it was decent. Had some flaws, but I didn't mind Birds of Prey. Y'all should have been following Harley Quinn everywhere she went. Y'all should have been following Jason Momoa's Aquaman everywhere he went. Shazam. Y'all should have, even though y'all should have showed up at least for Shazam to make it profitable. I don't care if we're profitable by $1. Y'all show, hey man, we at least gonna get this over the hump. You ain't gotta like it. Get it over the hump. Blue Beetle. Get it over the hump. Get those movies over the hump. Wonder Woman 85. Get it over the hump. Anything that has Zach's fingerprints on it, get it over the hump. But y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't do that. Now it's, oh, we want Zach back. Come on, man. Where's Zach? Put Zach in the game, man. Come on, bro. Zack Snyder, man. Zach is one of the best mythic storytellers today as a visionary director. Look, Zach is dope. Q think I don't like Zach. I am a Zack Snyder fan. I went to the movies to see Sucker Punch. Went to the movies to see Sucker Punch. Watchmen. 300. I think Zach has always got my money. For the most part. So no, I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I support Zack Snyder. I'm just mapping it out from the other side of things. That's all. Matter of fact, Q, I got video. I got Restore the Snyderverse video in my catalog. You can go back and check. I wanted the Snyderverse restored. I wanted it restored. Release the Snyder cut. I was there. I was right there. I don't think most people understand what Zach was doing with the Justice League, deconstructing archetypes and rebuilding the modern myth. No, I understood what he was doing. I understood what he was doing. I didn't necessarily have an issue. It's just two Batmans running around is kind of weird, right? But it is what it is. And when I say two Batmans, I mean, you know, you got Clark Kent, who was running around like he was Batman, and then you got Batman, Bruce Wayne. It was kind of weird, but I grew into it. I thought Superman, Man of Steel. Let me quit saying Superman. The Man of Steel movie I thought was dope. I thought BVS was dope. Like I enjoyed DC Zack. I did, but that don't necessarily mean Zack needs to go back. Sometimes you get walked out that door on purpose. Sometimes you got to walk out that door. Sometimes you got to close that door after you walk through it. I think Zack is hella talented, and that he don't need DC to showcase his talent. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But Superman made money. That's all I got to say. Which puts more in the regards to the Zack Snyder situation. That puts more pressure on whoever's coming in and buys Warner Brothers DC. It puts pressure on them whether to even keep Zack. Now that we have an in-house guy who can make us money, got an in-house guy who can supply content to the streaming channel, got an in-house guy who does word of mouth media, or I should say advertising, because that's what he does when he's talking to the fans. Like it or love it. I think that's his whole reason why he's talking to us. Keep us engaged in what's going on in DC. And yeah, he might lie a little bit, right? Or push the truth, or whatever you want to call it. So what? Whoop de doo. Whoop de doo. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here because man, I ain't get no sleep last night. So Q is on me, boy. Q like, hey man, you gonna get this work today. Q said, keep in mind, this is not all directly to you. I'm just in the chat speaking my mind. Oh yeah, nah, no doubt, Q. Like I said, ain't no. I'm here to talk, bro. I don't. Um, that's what I do. That's why I got this channel. You know what I'm saying? We here to talk. So whatever y'all saying in the chat, whether it's directed towards me or not, we gonna talk, and ain't gonna be no disrespect. It's all fun. I know you're not just being, you know what I'm saying, just coming at me. But it's all fun, man. I love the chat. I love that y'all are talking, whether it's in general, talking to each other, to talk to me. So keep, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is a safe space for debate. That's why it's called Blues House. You come to the house, you can kick it, man. You part of the house gang. Come through, kick it, sip on a little something. We can sit on the patio, we can sit on the porch, we can sit in the living room and just talk shit. That's what this is about. That's what this is about, man. So nah, it's all good. Trust me. It's all good. If I'm hearing crew, I'm not coming back to current regime, but if familiar faces come back, I'm there. No, I hear that. I hear that. And Gunn kind of did Henry a little sideways, right? From my understanding, I don't know uh too much about that, but I know money. We all know money talks. Um, but who knows, man? Look, Henry Cavill could be getting ready to be over there at Doomsday because I told you it's a big spectacle over there. So imagine Henry Cavill showing up as whatever uh random superhero archetype is over there and being that in Doomsday. That would make for a crazy, you know what I'm saying? Money hand over fist. Won't be a good movie though. Will not be a good movie though. Streaming for HBO wasn't looking for DC shows. Zaz came in and wants HBO to be Disney. No, so I don't think so. HBO HBO has always prided itself on what it does. You know what I'm saying? HBO Max, they don't miss. So Zaslav knew what he had over there with HBO already, or HBO Max or Max or whatever. He already knew. So I don't think he wants HBO to be Disney Plus. Disney Plus is trash can juice. Disney Plus is trash can juice. So I don't rock with that one. Q. HBO trying to chase Disney Plus, that's going backwards. HBO been around way before there was a shit. HBO might have been around before Disney Channel, before Disney even had a channel. Before Disney came to cable TV, I think HBO been around. So I just don't see Zaslav chasing Disney for what? Especially as a streaming service. Why? I'm HBO. I'm known for I win Emmys every year. Emmys plural. Why am I chasing Disney? What Emmy did Disney Plus win? Oh, now I take that back. They did win for something for WandaVision. I think they did. I think they won something for WandaVision. But HBO constantly winning. HBO is always in talks to bring home some type of award. To me, they're the creme de la creme. Like there's Netflix and there's HBO. That's it. The top of the top. Top of the top. That's them. Oh, you saying as far as that? I think that's just the new Hollywood is a monkey see monkey do business, which I'm sure you know. Um, so yeah, content is if you saying looking at it like okay, what content can we make? But why would I not do that? I think if Netflix had um which they tried to do some superhero stuff, it just didn't work out. But let's say Netflix got spun, right? Um, on Witchblade or something like that. You better believe it would be no. Let me not use Netflix. Let me use who puts movies in theaters. Peacock, Comcast, Peacock, right? Comcast gets the superhero genre. They're going to make a movie, and then they are going to put content on Peacock. That's just what the game is now. That is just what the game is now. So I don't see it as them chasing. That's just what the game is. That's just what the game is. So the Penguin series is better than all. Penguin was dope, man. Penguin was dope. Penguin was hella dope. That's salute to HBO for that. Hella dope. Hella dope. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. You got to think HBO, The Wire, Sopranos, um, what Oz, Veep, True Blood. Um, I'm pretty sure we can go on and on and on with the way HBO just be killing. You know what I'm saying? Like year after year that they kill it. That they kill it. HBO just like I said, is they not chasing Marvel when it comes to quality product. Maybe in how to put how to put the product out, but quality product they don't need no true detective. Yep, true detective. They don't need to look over there at Disney and oh we want to do that. Nah, man. This was in context Zack Snyder's time at DC. DC was not looking to have shows like that. Well, you got to think there was no streaming when Zach was over there. No, said you know what I'm saying. Streaming services. The only streaming services was Hulu and Netflix. So you're right. So that wasn't a part of the protocol, right? That wasn't part of the protocol. Streaming services. COVID is the real reason we have the streaming services that we have now. The big push was people are going to be home. They're not going to the movie theaters. How can I get people to still watch this product? And a lot of these companies got sued over their streaming services because it was uh, not the best thing for some of these other companies and these artists. So you're absolutely right. Zach's time at DC, he was not looking to have shows like that. But if there was a streaming service when Zach was over there, he probably would have benefited, in my opinion, probably could have benefited from having uh, a streaming service during his tenure over there at Warner Brothers. You know what I'm saying? I think he would have been. You could have gotten the director's cut maybe a little quicker, right? Um, Maybe some of the ideas that was too big could have been animated and put into streaming or something like that. But it's all about how you play it. It's all about how you play it. Right now, James Gunn is using every avenue that he has at his disposal to push his creative uh, uh, product with. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna get Creature Commandos. You're gonna get Peacemaker. You're gonna get Sergeant Rock, which I don't think you're gonna do Sergeant Rock. Um, Clayface, Supergirl. Because right now it's all about finagling this. The system, the way it's changed, streaming has changed uh, the element of workflow so much. You know what I'm saying? It's that you got to figure out ways to pimp the system, and I think that's what I think James Gunn has figured out a way to pimp the system when it comes to streaming and when it comes to um, theatrical releases. You got to. You got to. So we got lanterns coming up now. And one thing I will say is I don't think James Gunn is gonna be directing and writing everything that's going on in the DCU. I think that would be stupid and counterproductive to what he has going on. I think his whole pet project is Superman, and I think he's going to allow other directors and writers to come in because if you're great, that's what an executive does. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, he's got to put down his creative hat and pick up his executive hat and allow some of these other creatives to come in and handle the business, handle the work. Got to. James Gunn says someone else is writing and creating Creature Commandos. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. So, and I ain't mad at that. Let somebody else come in, take this workload off me because I still have a CEO function or a portion of my job to do. I still got to be co-CEOs with the homie P over here. So, but yeah, y'all, that is my time. Please if you in here, please give me that thumbs up so we can push this thing into the algorithm. You know what I mean? Share it if you can. That also helps push it into the algorithm. And uh, comment. Leave your comments. If you're replay gang, please comment. I get back to you on the comments. Trust me, I do. I don't mind having a full-fledged conversation in the comments after live is over. So please do. Merch is on sale. If you want some merch, got the house gang shirts for sale if you want that. Also become a member. I'm going to be doing more. I want to go into the new year with doing a lot more things for the members. You know what I'm saying? So do that. Got some interviews coming up. Who knows? I might get this James Gunn interview. might I might try to get a Zack Snyder interview. Who knows? Zack Snyder will do that. Who knows? But if I do get some stuff like that going on, it'll be for the members. It'll be for the members. So sign up for memberships. It's different tiers and everything like that. You don't have to, but it'll be trust me, it's gonna be dope. Getting some members together, it's gonna be dope. But yeah, look, you ain't gotta go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Y'all take it easy, be safe, and like that. There, we are Audi 5,000. Yeah.
This concludes today's broadcast from Blues News. We hope you enjoyed tonight's programming and the time we've shared together. Right? Always be about being authentic. Drop like that dropped to what it was March, so that we added to the slate on the strength of an exception.
So I think it's confidence. I think that
Blues News is dedicated to bringing you the very best in pop culture, music, and conversation, serving viewers everywhere, every day. On behalf of our staff and crew, we thank you for watching. We'll return tomorrow with more entertainment, insight, and fun for the whole house gang. Good night and good luck.